Mel's chosen a really cool spot for our live today. She's done a good job, and as you can see in the background there, you can see the new bridge that only got opened. I don't know, was it last year or the year before? So anyway, we'll do a little bit of a walk around later. Thanks for joining me. My name's Matt, and I'm coming to you from Ho Chi Minh City, where I've been living for the past 15 years or so. And I do this live stream every Sunday. So if you're watching this live or if you're watching it afterwards, feel free to leave any questions or comments in the comment section. So just bear with me for a second while I just sort out what I'm doing here with my screen. Hey Mel, can you send a comment just so it'll pop up? Sorry about the quality of the camera. It's playing up with the changing light, so hopefully I can get it right for the next hour or so as we chat about Vietnam and life in Vietnam. And okay, cool, got it. Thanks, Mel. Yeah, so we're sitting right here on the river, on the Saigon River. We're at a place called ROS Yacht Club. It's pretty posh, and as you can see, I dressed up for it. Hey Rabbit, how you going? Thanks for joining us again. So yeah, here's the location. Sorry, it's back to front. ROS. I don't know what it stands for, but I don't know, I guess we're gonna have a couple of drinks. We took the electric car into town, the Sun SM, which I've been using this past week and I've been loving. And that's sort of come about because my motorcycle license will expire tomorrow. So I decided I wanted to try and get some alternative transport, and I'm finding it really good. It's really, I don't know, would I say it's cheap, but it's very cost effective. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm loving the motorbikes as well. They're nice and quiet and all the rest of it, so very convenient. So Rabbit, yeah, thanks for joining again. Always good to see you here. Daz, how you going, Daz? How's Vung Tau treating you? Great to see you in the chat. Hopefully having a quiet beer by the beach somewhere over there in Vung Tau. I kind of wish I was there, although this is pretty nice here. I've got it pretty nice here by the looks, hey? So that's the Barson Bridge, and you can just see right there where my finger is, that's landmark 81. And Barson Bridge is only about, might be 2 years old, maybe, and that goes from District 1 and goes over to Tiem over there. Shabham, is that right? Is that your name? Hi, I'm good. I'm from Australia. I see you're from India. I've been to India before. Great country, loved it. I've played cricket at India Gate in New Delhi before, and also in Mumbai. Not professionally, just street cricket. Just backyard cricket, but awesome country. Thanks for joining. Yeah, cheers, thanks. I'm just getting a soda chan.
The soda?
Yeah, thank you, Em.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. But sorry about the light. My camera's just going in and out. And what is it? It's about just a bit past 5 o'clock. So I think the light's changing. I'll try and move it a little bit so it's not adjusting all the time. Okay, you're in Rajasthan. Yes, I've been to Rajasthan. I haven't been to Jaipur. Where did we go, Mel? It was Udaipur. I've been to Udaipur, and very interesting place and quite majestic, beautiful. Yeah, Udaipur is beautiful. Daz, big night last night, so just relaxing. What happened to taking it easy? Daz is coming from, should I say where you, I've already said where you are. You're in Vung Tau. Vung Tau's a great little city, which is about 2 hours by boat. Actually, just up the road here, you can catch the, what do you call it? It's like it's a bit like a speed ferry in a sense. Takes about 2 hours to get to Vung Tau from here on the beach. Great little town for food, not necessarily for swimming, but I love that town. Got a lot of fond memories of the place, and I hope you're having a good time there, Daz. G'day, Bees. How you going? Bees, I think you're coming from Glasgow, right? How's the weather over there? Has it warmed up yet? Yeah, I'm just having a Aquafina in a can. Aquafina is, they do a soda. There you go. Usually they do water in the bottle. So soda chan, that's what it's called. For those of you who are not that familiar with Vietnam and the Vietnamese language, chan is lime or lemon. I think it's interchangeable. I'm not actually sure whether they distinguish between lime and lemon, to be honest. I might get my fact checker across the way to check it out.
Different.
But Vietnam's the land of cool drinks, and I think last night Daz got a good taste of that last night. We had plenty of cool drinks last night by the sounds of it, so I'll be interested to hear about that. Oh yeah, a little bit of a little boat coming in there. Let me just pour my drink. Probably should have a little bit of gin in it. Bees, weather has been nice all week. Hallelujah. Yeah, okay, nice. So what's nice in Scotland? Is that like 20 degrees or something? Sorry, I'm rubbing it in. It's really heated up here in Saigon. Probably what? I don't know, Rabid, are you still there? How hot is it in Saigon? 35 degrees probably every day. Stock standard 33 to 35 degrees. Humidity's gone up a lot. Basically sweaty weather every day. Cheers. Cheers wherever you are. Bees, you're probably having a coffee. I'm just having a soft drink. Bees, where are you both today? Yeah, we're at a place called, you're gonna laugh, this sounds quite posh. ROS, it's back to front because I'm using my phone, but ROS Yacht Club. There's actually a yacht club here on the water. They've kind of got yacht club prices as well, I think, from what I can gather. But really nice place, and in the background there is the Barson Bridge that crosses from District 1 over to a place called Tu Tiem that is developing fairly rapidly across the river, and right next to it there, right there, that's Landmark 81, and Landmark 81 is, what? Is it the highest residential building in all of Southeast Asia at least? Definitely the tallest building in Vietnam. It's including the spire. Oops, hang on, the table's wobbling a bit. Including the spire, it's about 500 meters into the sky. The 81 refers to 81 floors, and actually has a really cool, instead of going to the, here's a tip, instead of going to the, what do you call it, the viewing deck, you can go up to the bar up there. There's a bar on about this, I don't know, 80th floor or something like that, and you can buy a drink and sit there for as long as you want. And I did that last year and looked out towards the airport, and just, you could actually see the aeroplanes coming in, and yeah, amazing view. So definitely recommend you check it out. Bees, oh my god, you two are so fancy. Well, not really. I'm wearing board shorts. I'm wearing my usual attire. Board short, you know, usual Aussie attire that we get around in. T-shirt, boardies. You're probably lucky I've got a shirt on.
Let's go around before the tables get.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. I might do that. Uh, sh- Sorry, can I call you Meena? It might be a bit easier for me, Meena. Indian weather is different. Different, yeah, different from here, possibly. I don't know, not too sure. But yeah, awesome country to travel in, love it, and love Indian food. And I've got a lot of Indian friends, actually, and a lot of Indian friends who I made living here in Vietnam. And every now and then they come back and I catch up with them, so that's cool. Melanie, no, that's you, Mel. Okay, cool. Derek Hung, he's loaded. No, we're just having. Derek, you'll appreciate this. Soda, Aquafina, and Jan, and of course, it wouldn't be Vietnam without a little thingo of liquid sugar that you can drop into your drink as well. So that'll be all I'm having today, Derek. Yeah. So what I might do before other people get here, I'm assuming they're going to get a few people here because the preparations for the 50th anniversary of the end of the war are well underway. And actually, we only just arrived a couple of minutes before the scheduled start of the live stream because there's traffic everywhere. So I've got a feeling that for the next we've got another 2 weeks until the 30th, is that right? Around about 17 days or something. I've got a feeling there's going to be a lot of traffic every night because the military and the police are practicing for the. Sorry, Mel's pointing. She's taking a photo of me and she's distracting me. The military and the police are practicing. They're practicing their 21 gun salute on the river, and in the last week or so they've brought 15 cannons not too far away from here, and they're practicing every day and every evening. So people are stopping to check it out, and yeah, obviously lots of traffic, lots of people. The vibe of the city's really building. It's really noticeable. We were in town here last night, actually. I had a friend, an old school friend, visiting, who I hadn't seen for nearly, I don't know, I'm going to show my age now, 25 years or so, and he was here with his family. I got to meet his family for the first time. We went out for dinner, and then we went to Windway Street, which is not too far from here, and the place was packed, and the vibe was really good. Lots of fun at the moment. So looking forward to the next couple of weeks and what that brings with sort of the party atmosphere that's just building for the anniversary. Kevin, it's around 0 Celsius right now in the USA. Sorry about that, dude. I don't know how you do it, but I'm assuming you've got a really good heating system. I grew up in Australia, and whenever it got cold, we froze our asses off. We didn't have proper heating, or we never dressed properly either. You know? Okay, and Daz, start my language lessons in May, 2 times a week. Oh my God, your Vietnamese is going to be better than mine pretty quick, I think. Just I don't know if I can say this. Don't sleep with the teacher. Okay. I mean that. Even though your Vietnamese, actually no, your Vietnamese will get worse if you do that. But good luck with that. Good idea. Get stuck into it as soon as possible, and just don't give up. Just chip away. I think you're about my age, so learning is a little bit more difficult at our age, isn't it? So yeah, just chip away at it. Don't be shy. I don't think you're a shy person. I think learning languages is much easier for people who are less shy, who are more outgoing. So I think you've got that covered. And yeah, things will start to open up and you'll start to understand a little bit more in terms of the culture. There's nothing like learning the language to sort of understand more about the culture. Bees, maybe it's similar to Scotland weather, Meena. Oh yeah, every year they tell us we're going to have an Indian summer. Oh, okay, interesting. Derek, I'm looking forward to 30th of April. Derek, are you going to be here for that? Let me know. Actually, Mel and I have, we've booked a hotel for a couple of nights because we wanted to do at least one live stream and maybe a video of what's sort of going on and just show you guys what's happening here, people who can't be here for it. So again, Mel in her wisdom, she decided that we should book a room, get a room for a couple of nights instead of getting stuck in traffic and coming and going. And I think there's going to be sort of regular events around the clock in town, so I think it's going to make it easier for us. We can just duck back to the hotel, have a bit of a nana nap when we need to, have something to eat, hang by the pool, and then go out and check out what else is going on around town. So I think it's a really good idea, and we're looking forward to that. She got a pretty good deal, I think. Rabbit, it's hard to know how close public will be able to get and see. Yeah, that's right. Someone asked me on Facebook today where the best vantage points will be. All I said was that VN Express, one of the local news tabloid, it's become very tabloid, hasn't it? News sites put out an article about a week or so ago, and they listed the routes that there's going to be 3 parades on at the same time concurrently. So they listed the streets that they're going to go down in the hope that it'll just help disperse the crowd a little bit and people will be able to get a good vantage point. I was at Reunification Palace yesterday and I got a cab into town, and already Les One Street has been blocked off around the church area and around the park leading up to the Reunification Palace gates, and they've put up these massive bleachers, massive stands for all the officials and VIPs to sit there, and obviously the parades will go by there. So it's looking big and almost looks like the Grand Prix in town with the way they've set it up with the grandstands and stuff like that. So yeah, they're really getting stuck into the preparations, which is good. It's going to be massive, absolutely massive. I also read somewhere the other day that there are 10,000 people participating in the Saigon parades. So yeah, there you go. It's a lot. It's a lot. The city's going to be packed. SNG1, thanks for joining. Landmark was commissioned. Bentan Market was owned by the royal family. The owner is Yong Dang Huang. Okay. Yeah. I'm not too sure where to go with that, but thanks for sharing. Meena, which food do you want in India? Well, I don't know. I mean, you know, how long's a piece of string? The food in India is amazing. The curries are amazing. I don't know. I can't really remember what we used to eat. But living in Vietnam, we get a lot of Indian curries. There's a lot of Indian places here, and I just sort of get the usual stuff, you know, that I can't remember the name of right now. Let me get back to you on that. But
Do you want to take a photo?
No, it's okay. Thanks.
let me get back to you on that. But I remember actually I met up with my Indian mate there. He gave us a surprise visit when we were there in Mumbai. And he gave me what I thought was a candy, and it turned out to be betel nut. Yeah, so that didn't end well. SNG, Yalong from Win Dynasty. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Yalong. Yep. SNG1, I'll show you around. I actually live here. SNG1. I've been living here for 15 years. And I've got a little sort of understanding of the history. and I'm very familiar with Saigon. So I live in District 7. So. Well, yeah, sure. If you SNG1, if you see me, yeah, come up and say hello. I have no idea what you look like, but if you see me around, make sure you come up and say hello. Derek, have you tried that mat? I've forgotten what you're referring to. I don't know what you're referring to. SNG, stay safe, brother. Thank you. Cheers. Same to you. Thanks for joining. Kevin, I wear shorts as often as possible. Walk the dog with no shirt, no shoes, no problem. In 0 degrees Celsius. There's a few people coming. How about I'll get back to your questions again soon, Derek and SNG. Before people turn up, let me do a little bit of a walk around, just so I can show you the location, a bit more of the location of where we're at. And bear with me. If the internet drops out, I'll be back on very quickly. So let's go for a little walk around, and I'll let Mel eat her chips. All right, hang on. All right. Okay, so that's Tonduk Street, which obviously runs along the river, and that heads out to Hanoi Highway. A couple of new developments up there, sort of the Masterise area. Basong Shipyard, Basong Shipyard used to be just here. That's why it's called Bason Bridge. There used to be a shipbuilding yard just here, and also the Navy when the war was on. The US Navy used to park their ships here as well. Bason Bridge, which I've talked about. As you can see, it's pretty big. We've got a container ship going under it. He'll be going to... I'm not sure where he'll be going to. Saigon Port now is not in that direction, from what I gather. Beyond that is Landmark, of course, Landmark 81. Let me go around here. I'll try not to get other people in the shot. Okay, I just had to get past the people. I didn't want to have the camera shoved in their faces. Hopefully you can hear me. They've got the tunes pumping up. That's the ROS yacht there, and yeah. A few kites out there today. This building here, they're rebuilt. They're about to finish it off. It's going to be another opera house, apparently. So it's a pretty nice place to hang out in. I'm actually quite surprised how nice it is. I have been here before, but it is a little bit pricey for a drink. That's why I'm not going to have too many today. There you go. There's another little outdoor area here, a little patio area. I hope the connection's okay. Let me know if the connection's not any good. So it looks like it can seat a lot of people. Okay, so we're right in the heart of town here. I don't really know what this building's called here, but that's an office block. This one here is the new Hilton building. It's only been open for a year or two. This one at the back here, that's Times Square. Very expensive property. Mailin Point building, I'm not too sure in there, but Renaissance. This one here is the Renaissance Hotel. And probably about a month ago, I did a live stream at the Majestic Hotel, which is down here somewhere. But the cannons that I was talking about, they're down in this direction. There's a lot of people down there at the moment. All right, I'm going to test the limits of the Wi-Fi here. So this little spot here, this is the, sorry, I lost you there. Yeah. And it's best events. All right, it looks like I've lost internet connection. Sorry about that, guys. Mine's reconnecting, okay. Hopefully the Wi-Fi. Oh yeah, I think the Wi-Fi is reconnected. Sorry about that. I think they've had a bit of a problem with it here. So let me just go through the comments and questions, and then hopefully a few of you come back. Sorry about that. But SNG1, you said, see you in Barna Hills. I actually haven't been to Barna Hills. Yeah, I'm not too sure why. I think, I don't know, I've seen a lot about it and I feel like it might be a little bit too Disneyland for me and over touristed, but apparently it's very beautiful and the people who go, they really enjoy it. So I love Da Nang. Da Nang's a beautiful city. Hoi An's beautiful as well. But I've never made my way out to Barna Hills. Maybe this year or next year. Rabbit, it's going to be televised and shown on large TV screens. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's referring to the parades that are taking place for the anniversary. So yeah, that might be the best way to watch it. Grab a few beers with a few mates and watch it on TV or on the big screens. Bees, yes, thanks for watching. You know that the dogs love my smell. They love me at the moment, so you know because you've been watching my videos. So thanks for that. Yeah, it seems like every time I go out for a little bit of a walk, about 15 years, and I've seen a lot of that growth. And it's been a very Very interesting experience because obviously grew up in a country that had already developed, so a lot of it was already done by the time I came around, and to see a country develop so rapidly over a decade has been incredible. Kevin, what is the giant blue building? Giant blue building. I'm not sure which one. Let me know. Let me know which one Are you talking about this one? This one here? This one's Landmark 81. Daz, how much for a beer? Oh, how much for a beer here? Did we? Is it? I don't think you want to know, Daz. What? Probably for a tiger. Is it? Huh? All beers. Okay, brace yourself, Daz. 180 for all beers. So yeah, I don't know if they have a happy hour. So I'm not having a beer. Mel, she's put it down there. 180 for a Heineken. Yeah.
We're not happy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll probably go to a Wang Yao later after this to have a quiet beer if I have one. Yeah, it does. It's expensive and not worth it for a tiger, that's for sure. Okay. Be wary of the aftershocks. I didn't feel them. I was in District 7 at the time when the earthquake struck in Bangkok, and wasn't until a good friend of mine who lives over in Bangkok, he told me that they had to evacuate the building because of an earthquake, which was very surprising because I'd never heard of an earthquake there. Probably about 14 or 15 years ago, I felt a tremor here in Saigon, and it was caused by an earthquake out in the East Sea, off Vung Tau, somewhere deep out there off Vung Tau, and I felt it here. Kevin, when traveling to Vietnam, how do you use money to spend? Well, quite easy. There's a lot of ATMs around. I think people like there's Daz in the comments, Kevin. He's recently relocated to Vietnam, and he's probably a good one to chat in the chat about how to what money to use or what accounts to use and stuff like that. But ATM machines are everywhere, literally everywhere. And I use a mix of cash and credit card, but also a lot of people just use, what do you call it, like touch and pay, or what do you call it, digital payments, just with their phone, tap and go kind of thing. So and you see that even with street vendors. There's a lot of street vendors who'll have a QR code on their little trolley, and young kids will turn up, and they'll use Momo Pay or whatever the other apps are that they use. So digital payments are becoming really, really popular, but cash as well, very much so. They don't allow in foreign currency, and I was also reading I cannot use a US-backed credit debit card. No, you probably depends on your bank, but travellers come here. My friend who's here at the moment from Australia, he was just tapping and going. He was doing digital online payments the whole time when we were out together yesterday. Oh, Daz, I use Wise. Yeah. Yeah, that's. I was talking to Mal about Wise the other day. I'm thinking about getting a Wise card as well. I think that'd be good. Seems like a pretty good option. Bees. Has Matt fallen overboard? No, and I wouldn't want to either. Actually, the river's looking pretty clean. I think they may have cleaned it up. I think they might be cleaning it up for the celebrations. Usually there's a lot of debris floating down, I shouldn't say a lot of rubbish, but there's rubbish and a lot of, I don't know what you call it, water lilies, reeds in the water. Yeah.
Oh, there's a couple right.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Just as I said, there's none.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. There's a little bit of wind around. Yeah, Mel's not having a beer. She's having a ginger ale, I think. Yeah. I'm making my soda chun last, that's for sure. I should have brought a little hip flask. But this is what we go to bring you the best content in Vietnam.
There's
Ah.
like 4 different boats right now.
Daz, I'll stick with my Saigon green. Yeah, fair enough too. Saigon special, probably. What do you think about the Saigon red? Do you drink those? I don't mind those. Saigon red. Saigon Daw. Hi Seymour, how are you? Thanks for joining. There's a little discussion about Apple Pay. I'll leave that up to Rabbit. Oh yeah, we've got a little bit of greenery coming down the river right now. Yeah, Daz, I like the Saigon Red and Rabbit. Yeah, me too. I like it. I like the foil on top as well. And I think they still have it in the bigger bottles, don't they? Oh, Seymour. Oh, that's a good question. Oh, I'm probably not the best person to ask because my Vietnamese is okay, but there's so many different factors. Depends on what you like as a learner, what your experiences are in Vietnam. Who you live with, who your friends are, what your age is. I think age is a big factor. How busy you are. Whether you're working full time or not, how much time you've got devoted to learning. So yeah, there's a lot of factors involved with it. Everyone says it's hard to learn. Yeah, it's hard to learn because of the pronunciation and also because it's very regional. So there are 6 tones. There are also different, obviously different vowels as well, and also regional. So the Hanoi accent, for example, the Hue accent, and the Saigon accent, they're all different. So it's tricky as a learner because if you have structured Vietnamese lessons in a class, you'll go in, perhaps you perform really well in class, your confidence is up, you're pumped up, and then you go out onto the street. And if you're living in Saigon, like I do, you'll go out onto the street, and maybe the first person you meet is from the central part of Vietnam, and you say something to them. And when I speak Vietnamese, I speak it with an Aussie accent as well. So it's a bit of a head fuck for them, So 1, for a foreigner to be trying to speak Vietnamese to them. 2, that the Vietnamese isn't so great. And 3, it's with an Aussie accent as well. So it's very tricky. And you'll also get into situations where you might speak to people who know absolutely no English, or like a lot of young people, they know a lot of English. So even if you try to speak Vietnamese with them, they'll reply in English. It's an opportunity for people to practice their English. So I think the best tip I can give is don't give up. Like I have had many times over the years. Paddy Donahue. Thanks for joining. Saigon Red are good. Prefer them to Saigon Red. 100%. Yes. I've been a big fan and devotee of Saigon Red for many years now, and I've contributed significantly to the success of the brand over the years. But Saigon Green's alright as well, and Saigon Special. But yeah, for some reason, Saigon Red, I don't know what it is about it. Yeah, Paddy, that's right. So many different accents, north and south. And actually, as my Vietnamese has improved a little bit over the past 6 months or so, or 12 months or so, and I'm not pumping myself up, but it has improved a little bit. I've even noticed, what's the word for it? Differences, or little subtle differences, even in certain districts. So for example, in District 5 and in Chinatown and stuff like that, generally speaking, the first language of the people living there is like what they call Ting Hua, which is, it's like, sort of like Cantonese. So they'll speak to each other in a sort of a Cantonese dialect among themselves ahead of Vietnamese, and so you can hear a slight variation in the pronunciation of it. And I noticed that in District 8 a little while ago as well. Could be my hearing as well. I'm just gonna have a chip. Seymour, I'm going to start soon by myself at first. Yeah, I don't think there's any harm in, or you're not going to lose anything by doing that, by trying to self-study as a starter. But you'll definitely need help with the pronunciation of things. Stick to the basics of the pronunciation and try and get that right. Probably the problem with self-learning is that you might develop bad habits, and it's hard to get out of those bad habits, especially when it comes to pronunciation. These chips are pretty good. Daz, have you tried beer? Beer hot? Oh, beer hoy. Beer hoy. Is it? Is that what you're talking about, Daz? Beer hoy? In the silver jug with pull lid. Maybe it's beer hoy. Yeah, beer hoy. Okay, yep. You're talking to me? Yeah, I've had a lot of it. Yeah, beer hoy is really good. Super cheap. Super cheap as well. The hoy in beer hoy refers to like the gas or the air, because traditionally it used to get delivered, and then at the venue they would pump it up with the gas in order to be able to, gas the beer. That's where I believe the hoy comes from. Hey, Vuoi, how are you? Good to hear from you. You really should be filling us in on your trip up to Da Nang and Phu Quoc. So have you got any tips for everyone in the chat for traveling to Da Nang and Phu Quoc? What have been the highlights? What do you recommend? How about the massage? No, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. The karaoke places, no. Fill us in on the highlights, Vu. Da Nang is amazing. Yeah, it's a pretty nice city, isn't it? It's nice until it gets cold and wet, and then the typhoons come in. So I think if you were thinking about living in Da Nang, that would be a real consideration for me. The typhoons tend to come in um, around about the time that the Philippines gets them as well, because they blow in over the sea. They blow in across from the Philippines. I think Manila is on a similar latitude as Da Nang, and so the weather is quite similar. So I guess if you're okay with living in a zone where there's a lot of flooding and typhoons, yeah. Bees, I heard Da Nang hasn't been the same since Vu left. Yeah. Well, actually, I'm going to... and Daz, if you've got time, I think Vu and I are going to meet up on Tuesday, I think it is. So if you want all the inside goss from Vu and his escapades up there in the Minjung, and down south on the islands, you might have to leave Vungtao and come over here for a day. Ooh, it's so good. Bread and butter cafe was my jam. Okay, all right, good to know. Seymour, there wasn't any typhoons this year. Yeah, I'm not too sure. There would have been flooding in Hoi An though. There's always flooding. That little river there floods all the time. Ooh, meeting Tuesday. What time are we meeting, Matt? Well, I think you mentioned lunch. You can buy me lunch. Daz, I wanted to ask you, did you use the van company that I recommended to go back to Vungtao? Some of the guys in the chat might be interested in what your experience was like. Ooh, same place. I don't know. I thought it was okay. I mean, it was a good place to meet, wasn't it? It was a good place to meet. Fairly expensive for a bowl of whatever we had, I thought. Maybe we can come up with a different place somewhere not too far from there. Kevin, Hanoi got hit massively heavy. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they got some heavy stuff. There's a lot of flooding up there, up north. Daz, yes mate, was a great trip, nice and easy. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, that's good to know. I'm glad that my recommendation worked out. In a bit. Oh yeah, Vu, that's right. You're staying in District 4. That's right. Yes, I was in District 4 the other day. My latest video was in District 4. So let's catch up in District 4. We're spoiled for choice for food in District 4. But Daz, glad to hear that worked out for you. Yeah, it's a pretty reliable service, I think. Now these buildings here, this is the end of, sorry, I look like a goose here, but the bus on bridge over to Tu Tiem, and apartment blocks, and also there's a hotel there as well. I can't think of the name, but a fairly high-end hotel is there as well. So that particular part of town is really developing. Not that long ago, I used to see buffalo over there. So that's how, and you don't see buffalo there anymore. There may be one or two over there, I don't know, but
There's cows.
yeah, and there used to be a dairy. There's a church over here. I should have. Yeah. There's a church over there, and the nuns had a dairy. I did a story on it when I was writing for the magazine that I work for, believe it or not. Yeah, I don't know if the dairy's still there, but they had like, I don't know, 10 cows that they used to milk every day and get the milk, and I don't know if they made butter and cheese or whatever, but they used to sell it. It was a bit of a side gig for the ladies, I think. Hi Mark, how are you? Thanks for joining. Good to see you again. We're at a place called ROS Yacht Club. Yeah, there's a yacht club. Sounds pretty flash, doesn't it? Sounds pretty spiffy. The prices are spiffy. The prices are pretty up there, but you know, it's nice. It's a nice novelty. It's, as I said, it's what we do to bring you the best content in Vietnam, about Vietnam. Mark, if you had an opportunity to move to another place in Vietnam, where would it be? Oh, that's a really good question. Somewhere under a coconut tree near the beach in the south. It'd have to be in the south for me. I think I've mentioned a lot that I love Vung Tau, so I love that area. I love the sort of the southern beaches area, even though the beaches, you know, they're not Thailand, but I'm familiar with that area. I like the laid-back lifestyle. Great food in the south as well that I'm familiar with. So as for a particular town, I don't really have one that I would, you know, single out per se, but Vung Tau, that Vung Tau area, I know people tend to bag it out a bit, but there's a new international airport due to be finished next year sometime or the year after, and so it's almost it's going to be halfway between Saigon and Vung Tau, which is going to be really convenient, and it's really going to open up that southern part of Vietnam there and all up along the coast. It's going to boom. Whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know. Vu, I'm staying at Shea Lotus Hotel, not the White Lotus Hotel. Huh? What street is that on? I've never heard of it. Mark, quite posh. Yeah, not well. Look how I'm dressed. I said to people before that I'm in my traditional Australian attire, which is a pair of board shorts. Oops, sorry about that. Sorry for moving the camera. Okay, Boo. Okay, we don't want to keep you waiting. I need to go soon as there's a light show starting at Vin Wonders. Okay, it would be good to hear what you thought about it. Vu, maybe we should do a live together, and I can interview you about your trip to Da Nang and Phu Quoc. That might be interesting for people. Mal. Okay. If Vu is buying, maybe you could do a review of the meal at the yacht club. Yeah. Although Vu's probably he's probably blown his credit card out over the last couple of weeks. And I think you're coming back, right, Vu? You're coming back with your family at some point. Thanks, Vu. Happy birthday, Chu Matt, or should I say, Go Matt. You can call me whatever you want, Vu. Okay, whatever. I don't care these days, really. Joan Felix, Vietnam War. Yes, I might need a little bit more information on that one. Mark, I went to Binh Châu before and their beach was beautiful. Nice. I don't know if I've been to Binh Châu. Where is that exactly? I've heard of it. I've definitely heard of it. Okay, Vu. Cheers. Have a good night. Kevin, what does durian fruit taste like? It's excellent. I love it. I really like it. How would I describe it? It's quite strong in smell and taste. Creamy. The texture of it's really good. It's a really creamy kind of fruit. I did a video on it about a year or so ago. You might be able to find it there somewhere, but I like it. People don't seem to like it. They think it smells like wet, smelly socks or something like that, but I really like it. The drawback is that the price fluctuates a lot and it can get quite expensive depending on the season. And depending on exports, I think a lot of durian is exported to China, so it depends on the market and as to how much is around. So it can be quite expensive per kilogram, but I like it. Bees, yes, it's my birthday tomorrow. Yeah, another one, another year. Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be a quiet one, put it that way. I think, actually, the plan is, this is how exciting my birthdays are these days. I'm actually going to go and film a video. But there's a reason for that. I'm not going to tell you what the video's about. Or maybe I could in advance because you guys are in the chat. You're in the live stream, but there's a lady that I know who celebrates the same birthday, so I'm going to go and surprise her tomorrow. So that'll be fun to watch, hopefully. Okay, cool, Daz. Yep, be good to see you too. Okay, see you, Vu. Thanks for that. Thanks for joining. Thanks, Bees. I don't know. I don't think. Mel's gonna cook me a steak. I think. Is that it? Yeah. Nothing much. It's gonna be Monday, right? Tomorrow's Monday, so nothing. You know. I'll just try and keep my mind off it, I think. Binzhou is north of Vung Tau. I was standing up to my neck in the sea and could see my feet clear as day. Nice. Okay. So it might be sort of around Lom Hai, maybe, or okay. Yeah, it might be around Ho Cham area, possibly. Kevin, do I eat snails? Yeah, of course. Yep. Yep. Great with beer. Great for a beer session. Great for a Nyol session. North of Ho Cham. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah. Might be up around Lagi, possibly. I have a friend who lives in Lagi. And the light that's flashing on here is this massive, what do you call it? Digital billboard here. Just there. It's huge, unfortunately. South of Lagi. Okay, we're getting there. Okay. Sounds nice though. I'll check it out. Once I've finished the stream, I'll have a look on the map. But that is that's a favourite area of mine. And actually, you know, you were asking where I would consider to live, and yeah, along there somewhere. It's a very romantic idea of being able to live in a place like that. Bees, what's a whelk? I've heard of it. Is it like a snail? Some kind of snail? I just saw it, Vu. I just saw the address come through. I'll share it with everyone on the live stream. No, I won't do that. Okay. All right, bees. Yep. But bees, you might be interested in this. Where Vu, in the neighbourhood where Vu is staying this week, it's famous for what they call as snails. So clams, all sorts of varieties of sort of a fresh and saltwater snails, done in many different ways. So yeah, it's a real thing, especially in Saigon, to go and have snails, mussels. Yeah, I can. Yeah, Boo, I can meet you. I'll look on the map where your hotel is, and then I'll suss out a couple of places. I'll see if there's a few places nearby and see what you think. So I'll see you then. Don't miss your light show. Okay, don't let me keep you. There aren't many boats on the water. Yeah, Kevin, if you don't like calamari, you've probably got no hope of liking snails. Especially the slimy ones. Mark. Oh, you knew a fisherman in Binjol. Okay, nice. And went out and brought their catch back to the market. Yeah, amazing, isn't it? Amazing. Fresh fish, fresh seafood straight off the boat. Yeah. I think this view here is better, this one. What else happened this week? What did I see? I did a couple of videos this week, which was good and a lot of fun, and I think it's...
You got interviewed.
Oh, yeah. So I've added that sort of vlogging... My face is red because of the lights, by the way. I'm not about to have a heart attack or anything. But I've sort of decided to add a sort of a vlogging element to my repertoire. It's a lot of fun. It also helps me to try and improve my Vietnamese and filming and whatever else. And I think it's enjoyable and it's authentic. So I'm going to mix that up with all the other types of videos that I've been doing. And probably the best thing is it's quite efficient. So that's cool. So I can get a couple of videos out each week, up to at least one, maybe two of that style. And they're enjoyable to do. I think the main thing for me is that it's an enjoyable process, and that hopefully that comes through in the video as well. So I've already got one in the pipeline, and I'm sure there'll be another one come along. There's so many streets that I know that I really want to share with you guys in that vlogging format. So, and the response has been pretty good. The watch time has been pretty good. So I've been enjoying it. Oh, thanks, Mark. Yeah, you enjoyed the District 4 one. There's a few, 2 or 3 more streets that I'll probably do in District 4 at some point along the way. I particularly like, as I said in the video, I really like that neighbourhood. Jay, there he is. Yep. Which Jay? I know a lot of Jays. Rabbit, highlight of the week was Matt getting attacked by a tiny dog. Oh man, that was Yeah. He sounded a lot bigger than what he turned out to be, I'll have you know. I was surprised when I found out it was a sausage dog that was about 10 centimeters tall, but very vicious. Yes. And I didn't want to find out whether his bite was as bad as his bark, if that makes sense. Little bastard. And then, I don't know if you saw Rabbit, I don't know, appropriate name, by the way. I don't know if you saw my other video, but there was a dog that tried to hump me in District 4. I didn't actually have the camera on at that point, but when I doubled back, I had the camera on, and it was a sneaky bugger. It waited until I turned around and walked away to creep up and try to have another go. Yeah. Dog owners, look after your dogs, tie them up. Celeste, hi Celeste, thanks for joining. Make sure you ask any questions if you got any about Vietnam. Thanks for joining. Great to see you in the chat. Joan Felix, you live? Yes, I am live, or I live, one of the two. Mark, cool. If you could check out Gu Lao Ben Van Dom, which is the islet I mentioned on the tip of District 141. Yeah, okay, I will. I'll go and check it out on the map. I've pretty much covered, in terms of been to most of District 4, but I'll check out that little islet and report back. XCL, I've called Chris Hansen, he is on the way. I don't know who Chris Hansen is, but XL, thanks for joining. Kevin, don't forget to cut your vlogs into shorts, especially the food. Save those dog encounters for a special dog cut blooper reel later in the year. Okay, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I just did a short today of the pho place that I tried, which was really good, by the way. I didn't put an address, if anyone's wondering. I didn't put an address there because on Google Maps, it doesn't seem to have a number, so I need to go back and check it before I do that. It's quite easy to find. Bees, yeah, that dog was huge. Which one? The one that tried to dry hump me, or the one that, the little one with the little sausage dog, little suksik? Yes, Rob Rabbit, I think you sent them out. You've probably got a little app. You send them out, or you make a little phone call. As long as they're not rabid, that is the main thing. As long as they don't have rabies, it's okay. I could handle a little. I grew up on a farm. I mean, and I've had dogs before, so I'm quite confident with dogs. It's just you need the backup from the owner. You know, don't you? You need the owner to come out. I don't know if I told you guys, but I had another dog incident about 3 weeks ago, and I was walking around District 7, not too far from my place, and a dog came out at me, bailed me up, and my technique is to turn around and confront it and stand in front of it. Obviously, I can't outrun it. I don't do anything to try and escalate the situation except try and look big, you know. And a security guard came out from a neighbouring business, and he picked up a lump of concrete and just pinged it at it, full on at this dog. But he'd done it so that when he threw it, it bounced on the road. It missed the dog, bounced on the road, and bounced, you know, a metre in the air. And fortunately, there wasn't a car or a motorbike going past, because it would have hit them, and, you know, would have been, I don't know what damage would have been caused by that. But that was probably more scary than the actual dog attack. Must be that aftershave, Matt. Actually, I started wondering whether it was the glasses. I mean, obviously I look different, that's one. And I'd have definitely have a different smell, no doubt about that. And the glasses. I'm not too sure if they like the reflective glasses. I don't know. Jane Felix, Cambodia life okay? Oh, I'm not in Cambodia. I'm in Vietnam. I'm in Ho Chi Minh City. Derek, happy birthday. Thank you, Derek. Thank you for that. Another one. So I can't complain. I'm healthy. So that's good. Celeste, I'm heading in just over 2 months. What are the best souvenirs I can bring back to Australia? Oh, well, good question. I guess things that aren't available in Australia. And it also probably depends on what the customs laws are. So make sure you check that up. But often, Vietnam's got a lot of really nice, I don't know if you like chocolate and stuff like that, but Vietnam has a lot of nice little chocolate shops now that do really nice gift wrapping, and you can get little chocolate bars about, this big, and they have a little story about, the chocolate industry, the cocoa industry and stuff like that. Is it cocoa? Yeah, cocoa. Cacao? Not Which one's the cocaine one? I don't know. Can't remember. I think it's cacao, isn't it? That's chocolate. And so the shops there are really nice. There's some nice chocolate shops, and they do the whole souvenir thing, which is really cool. The markets, of course, have a lot of nice stuff, like if you're into homewares and stuff like that are uniquely Vietnamese, and they also have them that are made by, what do you call them? They're not charities, but perhaps made by people from disadvantaged backgrounds and stuff like that. So they have a nice little story with them as well. There's also a really cool cafe here called Propaganda Cafe, and they do, as the name suggests, they do tablecloths and placemats and all that sort of stuff with the propaganda poster designs on them as well. So they're really cool. Yeah, there's a place called Mekong Quilts as well. It's right behind the Rex Hotel on Pasteur Street. And they do like bed covers, pillowcases. I don't know if they do t-shirts, but quilts, obviously, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I think those sorts of gifts are quite good. But then again, there was a young fella in the chat before who's a regular. His name's Vu, and he's Vietnamese heritage, but he came here and his thing that he wanted was a Grab jacket. So I took him to the market and he bought himself a Grab, the ride-hailing app uniform. That's what he wanted. So you can get all that sort of stuff as well. So I think that's about it. A lot of fake branded stuff as well. There might be friends of yours that are into sort of kitschy. Oh, that reminds me, there's another shop called Saigon Kitsch. You might want to look that up. I might put the names and locations of these places in the description when I get home, or tomorrow morning, so you can drop back and have a look. There's also a growing number of distillers here now as well. So there's local rum, there's even a local whiskey brand now from up in Hanoi. Gin, of course, so that might be something. I don't know what sizes they sell them in though. Jane Felix, where are you from? I'm from Australia originally, yeah. Born and bred in Australia. Kevin, sausage dog cracks me up. We call them wiener dogs. Okay, yeah. The word for sausage in Vietnamese is sup sik, yeah, which is kind of funny as well. Excuse the glasses again because it's easier for me to read the comments. I'd take them off otherwise, but... Rabbit, my housemate, said to say... something to say hi to all the local dogs till one bit him, and he had to have a series of jabs. Yeah, it's kind of a. He used to say hi to all the local dogs. Yeah, there's not a lot of loyalty around, is there, Rabbit? Yeah, you got to be careful. There have been quite a few cases of rabies, actually. So, yeah, we probably take that a little bit too lightly. I don't know if I need to get a booster. I've had a rabies shot before. I'm assuming that you probably should get a booster after how many years. It might be something I should do. Yeah, thanks, Bees. Yes. Dog repellent, Bees. Oh, Jay Moore. Yes, okay, Layla coasters work well. Yeah. Okay, Jay. Good to know that's you. I'm glad it's you. Oh yeah. I don't know. Does Layla have souvenirs, Jay? That you can? Do you have any what do you call it? Merch? Yeah. Could be all right. Yeah, I know, Bees. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about when you've got a camera in your face and also when you go live and stuff like that. It's, for me anyway, it's a bit hard to think on the run. I would have made a terrible lawyer. Celeste, no worries. And if you've got any more questions, feel free to drop them there, either now or sometime this week. Oh, you're off, Daz. Okay, see you, Daz. Thanks for joining. Hopefully see you, I think it's Tuesday. The carpet. Okay, thanks for joining. Great last video in D4 walking through. Oh, I'm glad you liked it, and thanks for the comment. It's hard to tell whether people will like these sorts of things. And as I mentioned in the video, it was a little bit slipshod when I did it. There was actually a lot more that I filmed, but when I was editing it, it was getting long as it was, and there was a lot of rambling going on. So I actually cut a lot out of that, but I'm glad that it resonated. It's good. I'm going to do some more this week, at least one this week or two this week in different areas. Because I've spent a lot of time over the last few years walking around the local neighbourhoods, and I suppose you would call them acquaintances as well that I've met over the years, whether they're vendors in particular areas. Like I just mentioned before, that I'm going to do a video probably tomorrow, and tomorrow being my birthday, one of the vendors celebrates the same birthday, so and I haven't seen her for a while, and that's the only relationship I have with her, is that every now and then I pass through the market where she has a small stall, and we established one time that we shared the same birthday, although she, as you would expect, is younger, quite a bit younger. Okay, Celeste, cool. Yep, Mark. Okay, I've got to go to the suit. See you later, Mark. Thanks for joining. Yep. All right, I'm going to hang around for another 5 minutes or so. So fire away with your questions or whatever. Okay, let me move. The view's much better this way, isn't it? It's a shame about the light coming in from this way, but anyway. Okay, the carpet. Dragon fruit looked good and great, seeing real neighbourhood vibe and real interaction with the locals. Okay, great. I'm glad you really like that. That's cool. So, you know, that's a good affirmation, I guess, to and gives me confidence to do more like that. So I'm glad you really like that. I've also got a few more sort of dates set up in terms of when I'm going to go and do a motorbike trip. So hopefully, when is it, Mel? Sort of the second week in June. So please keep following along, because I'm going to go on a motorbike trip beginning first or second week of June. I'm going to go down into the Mekong, and I plan to do a live most days to recap my experience of going down there. And perhaps you guys will have a lot of questions to ask about traveling down into the Mekong, and especially if anyone's into motorbikes and stuff like that, and perhaps thinking about traveling by motorbike down there, or just going down there in general anyway. So I plan to do that. So look out for that, even though we're only middle of April at the moment, probably in about 6 or 7 weeks time. So just gearing you up for that. Yeah, the bridge looks really good, doesn't it, Bees? They're going to have fireworks going off that, and probably off Landmark, the pink building behind, on the 30th. So that'll be pretty huge. Bees, do you drive a bike, Mel? No, she doesn't. She doesn't. It'd be good if she did, but yeah, I think those days are gone for her to learn. Kevin, do you have an international driver's license? No, I have a Vietnamese driver's license. So I've had an Australian motorcycle license since I was 16, and all you need to do is to get it translated here. Not just your details, but also what you're qualified to drive and all that sort of stuff. And then it gets translated, then it gets notarized, and then you submit it to the roads office or whatever it is, Department of Roads or whatever it is. And the process takes about 2 weeks and only about $10, 200,000 or something like that. So it's pretty good. But I've been telling people about my driving license status at the moment. I've just renewed my Australian one, and I just got notification the other day that it's all good to go and they're sending it to me. And once I receive that in the mail, I'll be off to the licensing office here to get my Vietnamese one. So from tomorrow, I'm going to be licenseless, unlicensed. But that's why I've started using the Sun SM motorbikes, the electric motorbikes, to get around on, to get a feel for just sitting on the back. And it's been really good. I really recommend them. But if I only visited for 2 to 3 weeks, that wouldn't work for me. Kevin, you're American, right? So it might be different. Because I'm Australian, Australia isn't a signatory to the Convention on, international driving permits or whatever, IDPs in Vietnam, unfortunately. There was some kind of convention in 1968 or whatever, and for whatever reason, Australia isn't a signatory, and it's a real pain. If anyone from the Australian government is watching this, I doubt it. It's an absolute pain. But Americans may be signatories to it. You'd have to look up online. There's a whole list of countries. I know that the Brits can use an international driving permit here, so maybe the Americans can. All right, I'm going to stay on for a couple more minutes, and then I don't know, go somewhere, maybe have something to eat or something, and go and check out the city, see what's happening. Oh, it looks like that building's got I love Vietnam written on it. Is that what that is? Is that what that says? Oh no, maybe it's just a phone number for advertising. I don't know, but I thought it might have said I love Vietnam. Kevin, I've noticed that the pastries in Vietnam are over the top. Maybe we could see those on the channel sometime. Okay, yeah, I could do that too. Yep, there's quite a few pastries. A lot of the, that's a lot of from the French influence. Okay, Celeste, thank you. Thanks for joining me. And I think that might be cue for me to wrap it up for this week. Thanks for joining me again, guys. And thanks for all your support, and thanks for watching, and thanks for all your questions and stuff like that. It's really good. No worries, bees. Thanks heaps. All right, see you later. Cheers, have a good night, have a good weekend, and look out for my next video, hopefully might be Tuesday. Yeah. Thanks, Rabbit. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks for joining. Thanks, bees. Will do.